What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Saturday. We have quite a fun stream. We're going to be having fun out here in the shack, talking about some quirky equipment, not just radios, quirky accessories for radios, and all kinds of fun stuff with James Hannibal of Quirky QRP. We're also doing a giveaway. James has been very gracious. He's offering 6 Ziptenas up for a giveaway. The link is to the Discord. Join us over there, join the giveaway chat, and click the little party horns. I'm also doing a giveaway from CountyCom. Thanks, CountyCom, for sending me some swag. Basically stuff I already had that I had bought there. So, yeah. All right. Enjoy the memes, and we'll get started soon. Thank you. Alrighty, hey, how's it going, everybody? I am Josh KI6NAZ. Thanks for clicking on the Ham Radio Crash Course. Hey, there's that Mike K at MRD. Please copy. That's right, please copy. Speaking of please copy, I got a couple of hot memes of Kyle, A0Z, and I don't know if they came up, but man, they're very good. If you like to see radio memes, again, check out our Discord and go to Ham Memes. Very good stuff. So anyway, thanks again, everybody, for coming out. I'm rocking my new I Have Low Power shirt from hamtactical.com. Thank you, Leia, for making that possible. Very cool. All right, so got a couple of news items to hit up front, and I want to get started with James here, so we'll get through that right now. So for those that don't know, Don is a longtime member of the Ham fam, of the Ham community, going through a bit of a financial situation, needs kind of a little bit of help for a one-time payment to get onto a reverse mortgage. And so check it out. No obligation or anything like that, but just wanted to get the word out. Good guy. He's always, again, supported my channel, supported multiple YouTube channels out here, and has always been very active within the Ham community. So wish him the best and all the support there. So thanks so much, Dawn, Dawn's sister, actually, Donna, for creating the GoFundMe there to help him out. And just a reminder, hamtactical.com, that's our merch store that helps support the show. If you'd like to get an I Have Low Power shirt or one of the many things that are on there, that's where you go. Hey, it's a Parks on the Air Support Your Park weekend, everybody. So if you're not already doing this, what is this? Well, this is the Spots website for Parks on the Air. If you want to chase, or as they say, I'm so used to saying chase because I've done soda much longer than POTA. If you'd like to hunt a park activation, you bring up this website. You can be from home. You could be from a different park. You can do it from pretty much anywhere. You can operate radio. And if you make contacts with the activators, they get the points for activating and you get the points for chasing and hunting. So make sure you get out there and do it. It's always a fun event. There's a lot of YouTubers out right now, actually, or maybe not right now because it's kind of getting late on the other side of the country here, that they're starting to pack up probably. But it's the whole weekend, so they'll be back out again tomorrow, and there'll be lots of people out tomorrow. So I'm sure Mike is out there. Mike K at MRD, I'm sure he is definitely out there doing the POTA. All right, so for those that don't know, Quirky QRP, right? I'm sure you might have heard me mention products that James makes, other things like that. But let me just go through his Quirky QRP Ham Radio page here on Etsy. He's got a finger Morse key. He's got this antenna trolley, which I love. It's like a lazy Susan for antennas, which for me, I probably need to get one of those pretty soon with all the antennas I've recently purchased. But he's got other things too. And if you scroll down here a little bit, he's got, I'll have him explain it. But he's got antennas. He's done some small transmitters in the past. And today we're having James kind of to talk about not just what he's working on and show off some cool things, but kind of make people energized with kind of dinking around with radios and trying to make your own way and experiment with what you can do with different radios, different antennas, and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's bring on James. James, how are you?
Hey, Josh. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for coming out again. I know we said, I'm reminding myself, and we'll do it now. One, thank you for being on. But two, you said you brought a beer with you along that you're trying for the first time. And
I did.
I also have a new one, the Allagash North Sky.
I
Ooh,
got
a
the
Belching
peanut
Beaver.
butter. Yeah. Milk
Yeah.
stout.
Those are from down south of me, San Diego. Those are good.
Yeah, I haven't tried this before.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, pouring one out. Thanks everybody for coming in. If you've got a beverage and you're in the chat, you can mention it. And yeah, just thanks for hanging out. We're gonna have a bit of a fun talk, chilling. I will mention. I did forget to mention it. I'll post it in the link after. Ham Radio Live YouTube channel. Go check out the video I did with him. We were live today around lunchtime, my time. Really fun little talk. He had me on to do an interview. It was really cool. A lot of you were in the chat room asking questions. It was very good. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, the questions are always really thoughtful on his show, and I really did appreciate him, inviting me out there and going through the whole thing. So yeah, really do appreciate that. Ham Radio Live, go check him out. Okay, so James, what's been going on with you? What have you been up to?
I've been building as quickly as I can, trying to keep up with demand. But I do have something here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a word from our sponsor today.
Oh, the Give It the Beans coffee. Have you had it yet? Is that the first bag you've got?
I just got this.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
made from the freshest ground Baofeng, this side of the Pacific.
That's right.
With hints of a brie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's a shade-grown Colombian Baofangs that this is made out of. But yeah, it's a Colombian blend or Colombian bean. I quite like it. It's an easy drinker. But hey, thanks for buying that. I hope you enjoy it. Well, tell me what you think after you try it.
It smells great. I can't wait to grind it up.
All right. Yeah. But give us a bit of background, like maybe what started Quirky QRP, why you started doing this, and if you had everybody asked you for an elevator kind of an elevator speech, or what's your business model, because you kind of are off the beaten path a little bit with some of the stuff you do. How did that all come about?
The business model is wing it.
Nice.
So getting my start, well, 15 years old, I guess, when I got my license, and my dad suggested we should try to make some J-poles and sell them at the local ham fest, little ham fest in northern Idaho. And we started trying to make them. They were more difficult than we realized, or at least we were having trouble. And we never ended up selling any. We only made a couple prototypes, and then high school hit and, kind of moved on. And it kind of circled back around. And I realized this is something I wanted to fulfill. And then when I started coming up with some ideas, I realized this was really something I wanted to do and keep doing in a bigger way.
What's your background? Like, do you have an electronics background, or how did you
just a tinkerer?
Tinkerer. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had your father kind of helped out a little bit, kind of.
Yes, getting the electronic kits. I built Ramsey kits when I was a young teen, back when that company was still around. 10 Tech.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff.
Oh, so you've built 10 Tech radios, that kind of stuff? You're talking full up transceivers and receivers.
They're simpler stuff. So they have some here's something right here.
Oh, okay. So what's that?
This is their 9-band shortwave receiver. This is the first serious kit I built.
Cool.
When I was a teen. And then they made some more simple transceivers, like this guy.
Okay.
And you probably know the big guys, the big guns they make, or did make.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the simple ones I built from 10 Tech. But that's where I got my start. My dad got me interested in it, and just kind of went from there, and I've never stopped.
Is there a point where you're like, the obviously quirky, right? It implies certain connotations of off the beaten path, I think is kind of what the word I've used. But what led to some of the creations you've done?
So what led to the whole kind of concept of Quirky QRP, finding and creating products that people either haven't thought of before, or new variants of old ideas, like the Slinktenna, like, Slinky antenna has been around a long time.
Right.
Making them compact and and portable
Right.
has never really been done before. That all came around from really that first experience of making J poles and looking back on that experience and going, everyone's making J poles.
Right. Right. Yes.
And when I had the idea of Keychain QRP, it's funny because you have one sitting there.
I have
but
one.
I don't think I even have one sitting here.
Well, we'll test it because I've got it. We can set it up on the Step IR, and I can listen on my 7610, so we can see it live. I don't know that I've ever done that on video. I think I have, but I now have way more technology available to me to make everybody see it on the live stream. So you've got, I'm looking at Quirky QRP website. You've got the straight Morse key and you've got the Ziptena trolley, but there's some other things that you've done in the past that I think you're going to start doing again, or you're going to have another wave of products. And then you've also worked on some newer things that you're kind of here to talk about today.
Yes.
And maybe build a spark of not only checking out your products because they're really cool, but also, I guess, we were talking before the live stream, instilling this experimentation in people who are hams, and instilling the idea that you can tinker with this stuff, that it's encouraged. Actually, that's a part of what your license grants. So I really love kind of your whole background with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I would love if every ham radio operator who's able to create something would create something and sell it, put it on the market, because I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd buy it. I love buying all these little hole in the wall businesses that make this one thing, and it's cool. And the sad part is that a lot of these businesses, they end up going away. Someone gets old, retires, and this one little product that no one else has ever made, just this one guy was the only guy that ever made it, and then it just stops and it goes away. So I've kind of gotten into this mode with kits because I love kit building, and I have since I was a teenager.
Yeah, now that you mention it, there are quite a few of these ham cottage industries that produce this cool thing. A lot of QRP kits are like this, that just kind of evaporate, and you find them every once in a while at Hamfest or whatever, and it's like, this is a treasure. Like, it's something that you'll never find again, or if you do, it's going to be modified to all heck or some kind of change to the design.
Yeah. So I have a new mantra now, and it's buy it when I see it, because I have missed out on so many cool kits. Like, there were so many kits from Ramsey. I know Ramsey didn't necessarily produce some of the highest quality kits, but they were fun little kits.
Right.
And they're all gone now. And there had to have been a dozen kits that I was always saying to myself, oh, I'll get that one day. I'll eventually build it. And now they're gone. And now it's like, you can find them on eBay and it's $300.
That was my recent thing with the KX1, the Elecraft KX1. I have a good functioning KX1, but it doesn't have the 80-meter extension add-on. And they're available still on the Elecraft website. You can go and buy this thing. And I'm like, when I'm ready to build it, I'll just go buy it. And I was telling myself, like, no, it's going to be gone. And then they'll never see them again, and they'll never be available. So I bought one, and now it's sitting, of course, until I can get to it. But yeah, so you got a couple of slides, you got some videos, you got some stuff, and I've obviously got some of your stuff here on the desktop. How do you want to do this? You want to pull up the slides and chat a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's pull those up. All right, so you're working on some cool stuff. Why don't you just go for it, and I'll
I don't know what came over me. Like, sometimes, you know what it was?
What's that?
It's you on the what's that other show you host?
Ham Nation.
Ham Nation, yeah, yes. I love that show. You were on Ham Nation, and you were Gordo was talking briefly about what's that company called? Spec.com
the
or
pet finding.
ComSpec. Yeah, ComSpec.
Finders. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, that's really cool. And actually, I got a couple of them.
Oh, you actually went and got their products. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I haven't bought their fancy high-end receiver yet.
That thing is cool. The receiver was the thing I was lusting over. Yeah.
I'm gonna get that soon. So, but I thought, that's such an expensive receiver, and I can't compete with them. They're amazing. They make such high-end stuff. But I thought, what about something super cheap and easy and fun and not crazy high tech? That's just, who cares if you even lose it, right?
Right.
And that's where I built these prototypes. Here's one right here. It's just a simple beaconing transmitter, and it's actually on the 433 ISM band, within the 70 centimeter band.
Okay.
So you don't need a license to play with this.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
and what's your? It is a beacon for like fox hunting. It's obviously called Shifty Fox, right? What's the? How'd you cook up the design for this? Where did that come from?
It's using some off the shelf components that I'm modifying.
Okay.
And it's as simple as that. These are just simple oscillators, and I just make it beacon.
Beep beep. And you got a video of that, so why don't
it's not actually beeping, right? It is continuous wave.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's run that video. I think I got it right here.
Here we have the Shifty Fox radio direction finding beacon on 433 megahertz.
That's pretty cool.
ISM band. So you don't need a license to play around with radio direction finding. And here it is next to a quarter.
Runs off a coin battery, I assume.
Pretty small.
Yep, 2032. I'm experimenting with
Here we have the
pairing
Fox
two 2016s to up
radio
the
direction
voltage
finding
and a little
beacon
bit more power output.
on 433 megahertz.
The first test I did, it lasted about 40 something hours.
Oh wow.
With the higher output, with 6 volts of 2 coin cell batteries, it probably would last about half that.
Okay.
It does something interesting though that I don't mention in the video. So
Okay.
the blinking and the beeping actually reflects the battery level.
Oh, interesting.
So
okay, sure.
So as the voltage drops, the beeps, if you will get kind of like longer and further apart, and eventually it'll just go to continuous tone, and because there's not enough voltage to maintain.
Right.
And then that really draws the battery down. Then it dies in a few hours after that. But it's kind of fun because it gives you like this almost, especially if you can't find it, sense of urgency to find the box.
right. Because if you don't make it in time,
as soon as
it's
it
gone.
starts slowing down, it's like, oh, I better really find this thing. Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to be able to find it otherwise. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And
all
again,
right.
I did it in the ISM band. I thought there aren't a lot of Fox transmitters in an unlicensed spectrum, and I thought this would be a fun option for, getting kids involved and not worrying about, the beacon identifying, or if you lose it, keep it cheap. So we'll see. I'm hoping to get this down to like, 20 something bucks. If I produce it. These are prototypes.
Right. So we're through the looking glass. By the way, everybody in the chat, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll answer them as they come. I know we'll get things like, what kind of tools and test equipment do you have? We'll get to that. we'll have James answer that question. So okay, what else you got here? You got a.
Here we have the Shifty
Oh,
Fox
it's actually playing. Is it?
radio direction.
I don't know.
There we go. Okay,
There
we'll
we go.
move to the next one because I got the video for that one. So you got this is the RDF beacon?
Yes. So this is just a modified Keychain QRP.
Okay.
That now pulses when it beeps.
Okay.
And it's as simple as that. I just removed the built-in key, removed the 3.5 millimeter jack, and modified it so that you don't just have a steady tone.
So a question came in, and thank you for the super chat, Chris. It says, where can I buy it? So these are prototypes, guys.
These are
prototypes. But it sounds like James is kind of interested to see if people, James wants to know if people are interested in it. So that's part of the reason why we're talking about it right now. But we've got other things that James does work on that, and I've got it here on the table that we'll talk about. So just keep your eyes peeled, everybody, and you tell us in the chat if you're interested. So this is a modified version of your Quirky QRP keychain, which you said you're probably going to start working on that keychain again. And for those that don't know, I've got one, and I've actually done giveaways thanks to James. He sent us some couple. Boy, it was like 2 years ago, I think.
I think it was more than 2 years ago.
It might be. So this is the Quirky QRP keychain. Let me get it into focus here for you guys to see. Is that in focus? Come on.
And again, you have one of the first ones I ever made.
Oh, do I? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's literally a 9-volt battery terminal with an SMA connection and a key. Is that key? I can never remember. Is that the key or the
That is a keyer. Yeah. Key or jack.
Okay, so you can attach a key if you want, or it's got a little push button jobber. Now this is a transmitter, so it's
just a transmitter.
Not a full receiver, so you'd still have to take something along like that GP7, right? CountyCom GP7 would be a good match to this transmitter.
Yes, I had some guys take that on a trip to Sweden, and they were getting contacts out to 200, 300, 400 miles. They
That's
sent me their
pretty cool.
logs and like a map. It was pretty cool.
What's the power output on those? I always forget.
Oh my gosh.
Microwatts, right?
160 milliwatts.
Milliwatt. Okay, very good.
Yeah. So not bad for a QRPP. I mean,
No, but I mean it's tiny. It's like this big. Like that's even I don't know if we can say it's smaller than well, no, because K6ARK doesn't have the 9-volt. He has the super tiny one that has its own tiny battery. Yeah.
That thing is cool.
Yeah. So I don't know that yours is smaller, but it's definitely. Oh, and his also is a receiver. Yours is just
his is a full transceiver.
Right.
I hope, is he going to sell those things? I hope so.
I remember him threatening to do it.
He really should. I would buy one.
Now that I'm dipping my toe into SMD soldering, I'm wondering how difficult it would be to build it, because I think he has a PCB design, and I'm curious if it would be something that I would be able to tackle for building, because it's. I gotta say, do you do SMDs at all? Have you played around with that?
On occasion.
With the hot air gun and solder paste, it's quite a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. Okay.
So I picked 27 megahertz on that, oddly enough, because I had people, and this I never would have guessed this. People were requesting Keychain QRPs on CB radio frequencies, and I thought, why? But then I thought, this is Quirky QRP. Why not?
Right. Who am I to question? Well, I mean, other than, is that even legal? FCC legal?
At those power levels, I think it might be.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to read into Part 15 legal stuff, and it's so confusing.
Yeah, I would assume that it might not be, because I think you're limited to AM or single sideband, right? And FM now. CB is now getting FM. But I don't know that you can do continuous wave. But how would you know otherwise, right? Because AM would just be the carrier otherwise, right?
There's a website, HF Underground.
Yeah.
And they talk about Part 15, 27 megahertz usage, and they actually talk about beacons. So whether they're talking about it illegally or legally, I don't know. It's on the wiki page there. I have to read more into it.
But yeah,
this is just a prototype for now.
Yeah, very good. All right, come on. There we go. Obscure. Oh wait, let's do the video. Hold on.
This is another RDF beacon prototype.
It's
on 27 megahertz.
The first one's got
CB
Sputnik vibes. A lot of people in the chat say, "Oh, it sounds like Sputnik." And this one has a
transmitter that
Lincolnshire poacher sound to it, almost the number station kind of sound to it, which is pretty cool.
So the reason the other one is called the Shifty Fox is because it is so sensitive to everything. It's kind of a fun little circuit, but I liked it. At first I was like, oh man, this thing's garbage. It's all over the place. But then I thought, you know what? The one thing about fox hunting is that it gets almost too, like you get good at it and it's like, okay, this is boring. I can do this.
Right.
But with this thing would challenge you. Because it just shifts all over. As the voltage drops, the frequency changes. Like this is real hunting. This is real fox hunting. Because you're not just on this beautiful fixed frequency and then working on your direction finding. You've got to really work the radio too. Oh yeah.
Right. Frequency agile DFing is always,
if
everybody
a bird
loves that.
lands next to it, the frequency changes.
That's funny. I want to mention to everybody, just so that they get a chance at this, the Discord, we still got the Discord up. Make sure you click the link in the description. We're doing a giveaway for James's Ziptenas, and I'm also going to do a giveaway for a Maritac flashlight and a brass embassy pen, which I'll show you here shortly. But yeah, James is going to give away 6 Ziptenas for those of you that have HTs. It's he'll talk about it in a little bit, I promise you. But it's I think the most valuable thing is that it's a tether. It's a tether so you won't lose your radio, which is, I think, a paramount thing to think about. But anyway, join us on the Discord. We'll be giving those away here in... First giveaway is going to be in 20 minutes, it looks like. Just about 20 minutes. So, okay.
And
keep going.
And every Ziptena comes with a little Quirky QRP swag.
Oh.
Little sticker.
There you go.
Every giveaway winner gets a sticker, too.
Right on. All right. So what's next? Obscure radio kits and other nonsense. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about Part 15 stuff, and I thought this was appropriate to show because I don't think a lot of people know about this. And I actually have mine right here.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what is this?
Oh,
22.
it's green, so you can't.
Oh yeah.
22 meter band. So this is not ham radio.
Right.
This is unlicensed.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I can tell, as long as you stay within the power requirements, you can kind of transmit anything you want. You don't have to identify. It's kind of a weird piratey kind of space, like a legal piratey space.
Don't nobody come
pirates.
at the ham radio crash course with any of your legal questions. Don't hold
Yeah,
don't
no,
hold us to
no.
anything. This is you. I'm assuming Black Cat Systems would probably get in trouble before either one of us for making this kit available. But buyer beware. Make sure you do your homework on that. That's super cool. So it's a beacon. Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a CW beacon, and their website actually has really extensive knowledge, and then links to the various websites like HF Underground, showing all the details of how to operate legally.
That's cool. We got a super chat, Eric. Thank you so much, Eric. Eric asks, after I pass my technician exam, what is the first ham kit/project I should build?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I mean, Eric, I'm assuming or hoping that you're interested in tackling like a soldering project or something along those lines.
I think I have the answer.
Oh, okay. What is it?
It's one of the following slides.
Okay.
If you want to show it, we could then circle back around to this if you like, since he's asking a question now.
Let me center this a little bit better because I'm gonna leave this up. Okay, so you're saying the next slide?
It's one of the next. Keep going.
I love this thing, by the way.
There we go.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call. You don't necessarily need to be a ham to build this, but
right, because it's just a receiver.
Yeah. So what? I have one of these. I haven't built. It's right over there. I can see it. Loyal. Thank you so much for getting that for me. I didn't forget. Well, go ahead. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah. So it's just a cool, simple little receiver, as it says right there, 40 megahertz to 150 megahertz. Very easy to solder. I haven't done it yet. I just ordered two for myself, actually. Mm-hmm. But everything looks like it's spaced out really well. Very simple receiver. I think it'd be great for beginners. My only suggestion would be maybe to get a socket for the IC chip.
Yes, do that.
I don't think they include a socket.
Doesn't look like it. Well, at least on this one we're seeing.
As a beginner, sockets are a great way to go. I can't tell you how many times on kits when I was young did I had my soldering iron too high, held it on too long, something like that. Cook the chip.
Yep.
Ugh, painful.
Yeah. If you do, that's a great general tip. If you're doing ICs of any kind, if you don't need the space, if you can forego that vertical space, please go buy sockets. Please, please, please.
Absolutely. I still do it. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah. Now, as far as kits and projects, I'd recommend for someone that was a technician. I know there are some hotspots that you do a little work on, like the MMDV boards or whatever that is. Those you can build one of your own. You can buy one of those boards and slap it on the top of a Raspberry Pi. Boy,
do you have to solder those? I feel like I remember you had to. Well, if there's a screen or something.
I think you got to put the screen on.
There might be some sellers that sell it with the screen now.
Yeah, MMDVM boards. Thank you, Joseph Collins.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, a 10 meter radio will get you on HF. There are still radios that will work 10 meters and 6 meters that are kits. You could always find an older radio, like something that's used and may not be working perfectly, and refurbish it that works in the VHF and UHF space. You might have to go back to the days where we're kind of just coming out of valves, but still in component land, that it wouldn't be too difficult, because nowadays I don't even want to open a radio these days. A lot of times the retail radios are just so complicated.
Yeah.
So, we got a super chat, and there are people that have been asking. I'm going to switch back to the wide view here so people can see you. Hold on.
Okay.
Where is it? So the question is, what about Linux users? What were you saying about Linux users? What is there a sign about Linux behind you?
Oh, no, it's not Linux. You might have to move the Quirky QRP Ham Radio.
Is it the logo?
It says Macintosh users only.
Oh, okay.
Let me shift.
Windows users are strictly prohibited. Okay, all right.
A friend of mine got that for me.
I like it. Are you a Mac guy? I didn't know that.
I'm a Mac guy. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Clay Humans, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope that's what he meant. This is basically, Mac is now writing on Linux or Unix, right?
Right.
Pretty much what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the slide for the previous slide. We're going to go back here. Whoop, that's the wrong one. There we go. We're going to go back here. Tell me about this thing.
Okay, this
I have
thing's
to go
awesome.
buy this right now.
I just got this.
Okay.
I bought 2 of them. Again, it's like I'm in this kit mode where it's like you
Yep.
don't know if these things are going to stick
You're gonna
around.
blow it up, or
And
you
this
blow
one-
it up, and you gotta
Exactly,
you gotta
exactly.
scrounge parts off of it. Yep.
Okay, so this thing's only like $27.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's
Okay.
it's a radio direction finding antenna, and it attaches to any HT or any receiver for that matter, and operates like it says 45 to 450 megahertz. And as you pivot it will tell you which direction the signal's coming from. It doesn't tell you, so it could technically be directly behind you or directly in front of you.
Right, because it's bidirectional.
Based on this, exactly. Oh, you can't see it; it's green in my hands.
Oh.
But you can do the old trick of hold it against your body and pivot, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it is such a cool kit. I even got it to work with a bail phone.
Really?
So yeah, so I took
Is it
my
vertical?
little.
You hold it vertical? Is that how it works, or how does that? It's
So-
broadside to the to the 2 legs.
Yes, you're
Okay.
supposed to hold it vertical and
Mhm.
pivot. Depending on the frequency, you can change the lengths of the wire. They have a recommended wire length that will kind of work for everything. I'm going to experiment with actually putting multiple wire lengths simultaneously
There you go.
to give it more broadband reception.
Would you
so-
use this for just DFing, radio direction find DFing, like finding your little Fox that you've made?
Yes, this
could
is
you
not
use this
for
for
finding
RFI?
noise.
Not
No.
for finding noise. Okay.
No.
So you would probably, if you wanted to use it for noise, you'd probably need like an attenuator, because that's a preamp, right? Or is that an amplifier circuit
There's
is?
an amplifier, and then it also injects a tone into your receiver. So it's able to receive. You can take an FM receiver,
Oh.
okay, so like a bail phone, right? FM
Uh-huh.
only, right?
Yeah.
And track down a CW transmitting or AM transmitting station.
Interesting. Yeah. Somebody, Chris, thank you for the super chat. Comment was, love how it's a paint roller handle. Yeah. What's up with the paint roller
Yeah,
handle?
so the guy suggests get a paint roller handle, and I was about to go buy one, and then I realized I had this ancient screwdriver from my grandfather where the tip was stripped, but I couldn't bring myself to throw it away because it was like a family guy heirloom kind of thing.
Right.
But I finally found a use for that, and it's a nice little short handle. So I actually recommend a screwdriver handle instead.
And so you've got the antenna, and it's got coax coming off of it that goes to SMA
Yes,
connection.
so it doesn't come with the coax. I gave it a BNC connector.
Mhm.
But yes, you could do SMA. I've been actually
Hold that up again
emailing
so we
with.
can see it.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, the feed line. So
There you go.
so
so just
legit.
I just got a
BNC adapter. Yeah.
simple
Okay.
BNC
Mm-hmm.
coax,
That's cool.
just some scrap coax I had laying around.
That's
It is
super cool.
fun. It is fun. There's another company. Have you heard of Rainbow Kits?
No.
Okay, so this is one you got to look up.
Okay.
Rainbow Kits. They're not specifically ham radio related, but they make a radio direction finding kit. A really nice one. I actually made it back when I was 15-ish, and I think my brother destroyed it. But
Well, here, let me pull it up.
so Rainbow, either rainbow.com or rainbowkits.com. Oh, you found it.
RainbowKits.com.
They've been around forever, and they're awesome.
Where's their Okay, there's products. Let's see if this actually pulls up anything. Hey, yeah, there's
Lots
your
of fun little
SDF1
blinky
radio
kits.
direction finding.
Yep.
This is great. Oh man, I'm gonna get some of this for my kids, or maybe I'll buy some of these and we'll give them away or something like that. Let me see what they've got here.
Oh, all kinds of fun blinky
Digit
stuff.
DTMF decoder. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Preamplifier kit, audio amplifier, telephone tone decoder. I wonder what that would be for. That's for old guys that were into freaking back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. Look at all those kits. That's lovely. These definitely qualify as quirky kits here, James. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that's definitely a golden oldie. They've been around forever, and they're great. And I recommend stocking up on those kits because they have been around forever. I don't know how much longer a lot of these old kit manufacturers are going to stick around. So
Yeah.
I think everyone should follow my new plan of action. And when you
Just
find a cool
buy
kit,
all the
just,
kits.
just get it.
Buy all the kits. Because
All
I
of
mean,
them.
when you get right down to it, we're talking about like $50 on the high side for some of these, unless you're talking about like really like a proper QRP transceiver for amateur radio. But
and
even
some
then,
of those
are
expensive.
like, yeah, the QCX Mini's $50, $45. It just bare board with the kit itself, $45 is not bad at all.
Yeah,
So,
you'll
I love
regret
that.
not buying it and them going out of stock.
You will. You really will, because you may not have the time now, but you will have the time in the future at some point, and you're definitely going to want it.
The parts aren't going to go bad. The parts aren't going to go bad.
Parts aren't going to go bad. Yeah, true.
Okay, so this is a cool one. The
Mhm.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Poke.
Okay.
This is a guy in Japan,
Mhm.
and I found him on Twitter.
Oh, Pocky.
Pocky.
It's not Pocky. I'm just kidding.
Is it
I don't know. I'm just.
I don't want to.
I'm guessing.
I'm butchering whatever he's named it. I'm sure.
Mhm.
So, the website's there, I think, and the website's in Japanese, so you got to do the Google Translate or whatever.
Mhm.
So I ordered mine, and I got my kit, and looking forward to building this one's magnetic base.
Oops.
It's circuit board.
I
paddles.
skipped ahead. Hold on. Let me go back. How did I do that? There you go. That was a double click. Let me
Yeah,
grab
circuit
me.
board
I'm gonna
paddles.
grab you real quick and slide you up here so people can see the URL. So go
Whoa.
ahead, keep talking.
And I've just been kind of getting into, well, quirky Morse code stuff.
Nice.
Let's see if I can find. I got this. I thought it was going to be a kit, and of course you can't see it. It's green.
Is it a side swiping key?
It's a touch paddle
Oh, okay.
off of eBay. I'm having some trouble with it though. I'm going to have to do some diagnostic work. It's not operating reliably, and I didn't even build it. So, anyways, that paddle kit looks really cool. It's a 3D printed base with magnets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So those are those little circle underneath the yellow 3D print is magnets. Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your kit on your Mac laptop right there? Is that what I'm seeing?
What's that?
Is the picture that's on the slides, is that your laptop that you're taking a picture of your paddle kit?
Maybe.
Because I recognized the keyboard there. So, okay, right on. That's great.
Oh, wait. No, that's not my photo.
Oh, okay.
I did take a photo of mine, but no, I did not put it on my MacBook. I would never put magnets on my MacBook.
Probably a good call. Yeah, indeed. Well, you've got something now. Now we were talking kits, but now we're gonna start talking about modifying stuff, because that's the other area that's interesting to you that we've been talking about. So explain this one to us. So you're gonna modify an FM radio to receive aviation band. Okay, yeah. I'm interested. Go for it.
So this idea has been around for a while.
Uh-huh.
And also, the question we had earlier about a fun project to do as a beginner, this might be a good one, because you can take a cheap radio from the Goodwill and make it listen to the airband. And I have a video that explains it. But basically, you're finding coils inside, and you touch it with your screwdriver so tune to a station that's strong, and then start touching the coils, metal coils inside your FM radio, until you hear the station go away or fluctuate. And then that's the proper coil. Then all you do is you separate those coils, the coils that you found that were changing the reception. You separate the coils as much as you can without undoing the coil, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
You just separate the turns.
Do I slide through here? Is there a picture that I'm looking for?
That's a video.
Oh, this is a video?
It was supposed to be a video.
Why is it not playing? Did you send that video to me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you keep talking about it while you're looking at that picture, and I'll find it.
Here's some examples of some cheap radios that I've just had laying around the house. And you literally can get these things for $1 at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to look for are radios that don't have a scan button. So you see that blue radio there, that has a scan button. Now it can be modified, but it's a real pain in the neck to use it, because you have to hit the scan button and it's just going to keep sweeping along. And then once you find a station, you want something with a tuning wheel. Okay. Is what you're looking for. Any old FM radio with a tuning wheel, and preferably, forget the ones that have digital displays. You want something that's all analog, and that'll keep it simple for especially for beginner users.
Interesting. Okay, so I did find the video. So thanks for sending that. I don't know how I missed that one, but we got it.
Okay, here we have 3 cheap FM radios, and all of them can be converted to the airband, but you want to avoid FM radios that utilize a scan button. You want an actual tuning wheel. It'll work much better that way. The scanning will work, but it's very difficult to find the airband frequencies while scanning. This one I've already modified, and I'm going to take this one apart and show you how to do it. Here we have the inside of the FM radio, and what we're looking for are the various coils inside. There's one.
They always make those FM radios look so nice on the outside.
Oh yeah.
And then you open them up, and they all look like the cheap radio on the inside.
And to determine which one we need to modify, we just turn the radio on and touch the coils with something metal and see if the signal changes.
We're all getting demonetized.
So nothing happening there.
I tried to get in there and touch the coil quick. I knew that might happen. I think I was on an oldie station.
So there it is. Okay. You found it.
You hear that?
I figured if you're on an oldie station, where no one owns the copyright anymore.
So all we need to do is separate the coils, splay them out a little bit.
Here we go.
And as we do that,
so those of you watching live, you may be the only people seeing this.
We're going to change
have to cut out this part of
the reception range.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. So you've splayed out the inductor.
Yeah, you splay them out. You want to basically you want them evenly spaced. That will mean that they are splayed out as far as possible, and you really make sure you don't uncoil it.
But now we've moved.
I do want to experiment with
up into the aviation band,
changing that coil out and seeing how far I can
some
push
FM broadcast
the reception
in the lower half of the tuning range, but about 1/2 to 2/3 of the upper tuning range will now be
it's
in the
shifting
aviation
it up.
band.
Basically, is what you're doing. You're
up.
By
and your coverage will
spreading
vary,
it out. You're
to
shortening.
Tinker with moving your coils,
basically,
and it's pushing the reception. So you end up with a reception
coverage.
And
that's as simple
about
as
halfway. You'll still have some FM.
Receiver.
I think I'll explain.
Okay, I've got the radio back together. Modification complete. And I want to show you that I'm at the bottom of the band here, and we're still going to receive some FM stations, but you'll notice as we get up toward about 94 megahertz, it's actually not 94 megahertz now. We're listening to a station that's actually up at the top of the FM broadcast band.
Broadcasting studio.
So when we go past that,
oh yeah, so you still got plenty of the space up here.
Now I have this alligator clipped to a larger antenna to make sure we can pick up as much
and I actually got some recordings.
You'll
see them next.
Or airband
hearing some
transmissions as possible. And look, I'll go all the way up and down. We're not hearing anything. That's because this is the airband.
Right.
And you have to kind of go back and forth quite a bit.
You do.
Until you find either someone talking air to air or
tower.
Someone talking to
if you're close to a tower.
A tower.
To do it. Yeah.
So this is fun to bring.
We actually did a pretty good conversion here because we're getting about 2/3
maybe you don't want to kill the battery in your handheld.
Our tuning range is now airband.
I used to use my ham radio for listening to everything, but then I ended up killing the battery. So I like to have dedicated radios now.
Yep.
And this is a fun, cheap one you can throw in your shirt pocket or loan it to someone else. If you got a friend meeting you at an air show, then they can use the cheap, crappy radio.
Modified FM radio.
So Xanity Zuzu, good question.
Audio recordings.
Wait, sorry about that. Big chat here. I realized I didn't have my phone pop-up thing. Hey, that's pretty good quality.
Yeah, which is surprising. So you would think, being an FM receiver, you would have problems listening to AM. But the benefit is, so here's what you're looking for. The cheaper, the crappier the radio, the better. Because then its ability to listen to FM is so poor that it can easily listen to AM since it's such a crappy design.
I learned
from someone else there's some walkthroughs online. Sorry.
You're okay. So the question was, wait, what happened when he spread the coils? Did it shift the whole band? How do they calibrate this initially? Yeah, so the inductor they're using is how they align it. I'm assuming those pots can also work that way. Some of those pots they had that I saw, the screwdriver pots, is what they use for alignment.
Yeah, not necessary to mess with the pots.
You're brute forcing it to shift it like up into the next band, basically, because that's
are
the
fancier
adjacent
ways
band.
to do it, but
right. Well, of course there is. But I mean, one could desolder the inductor, snip a piece off. One, you could really hone it in. But you're showing that all you had to do was open this up and just shove the wires around, and all of a sudden you're getting airband and really, really good quality too. So that's
and then after that, it really just comes down to the antenna.
Yeah.
Like those signals came in great because I had clipped another antenna to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the proper length antenna. I just had some in my box telescopic whip that I just alligator clipped to, and it works great. And that was in the garage. I wasn't even outdoors.
Yeah. Really quick, I want to mention, since we got people here for the Discord giveaway, let me find this. We did pick a winner for the CountyCom swag pack. It went to Gene W4GDM. So we're going to have the Quirky Ziptenas here in 5 minutes, and then again in another 5 minutes. So, by the way, Gene, I want to show you what you won in case anybody's curious. I'm going to throw in a Meritac flashlight and brass CountyCom pen. These brass county, that's going to be the most expensive thing I've shipped in a while, is because this thing weighs so much. So congratulations on that, bud. You won there. Oh, that's right on your head. That chat, sorry.
That's okay.
It's tough when I've got so many things. I'm trying to fit into one thing. So anyway, thanks for getting in on the giveaway. All right, what's next? Let's see. Ham Radio books. This was cool.
Oh.
You started showing.
This is the Reading Rainbow segment.
I
by the
bought
way.
that Hardy Boys book, and my son started reading it yesterday. I think he's already hooked on it. So this is great.
It's a great book.
The
whole series is great.
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys series is just amazing. I started reading those at a young age. Oh, I love them. I'm going to get a bunch for my kids.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so these are comic books that are freely available. So you can't see it in the photo here, but in the upper right-hand corner, there's actually a little notice next to where it says Archie's to the right, where they gave this away for free back in the day.
The Archie comic?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
This was freely distributed at Radio Shack, I believe. They just handed them out. And then The Adventures of Zach and Max was distributed by ICOM, and again,
I have a bunch of these.
Away.
I have a bunch of those Zach and Max ones. They haven't produced those for a while though. HRO, oddly enough, has a bunch of them that they've been hanging on to for a really long time.
Oh, did they print those?
I have it in print.
I didn't know they printed them. I've only ever seen the PDF.
No, yeah. So yes, that's how most people got them, was the PDF. But I picked up physical copies, a couple different versions of it, at the HRO in Anaheim. Yeah.
I've been trying to find a place where I could print up for a reasonable price, print them up on some decent material. Okay, so yeah, ICOM gives those away for free. You can get them straight from their website. They are happy to have them distributed because they also mention their products in the comic.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
I made that link down there. That is a link to get all of the comics at once.
Okay.
So I found the Archie comic on what's that website? The Internet Archive.
Right.
It's so old. It's been made, even though it was free to begin with. It's been made free again.
I will try and capture all these and put them in the description so everybody can find them. I'll try and capture all the links and do that.
Okay, cool.
That'll be helpful for people who are watching after the fact. Sorry, everybody live, but you can take a screenshot here or just wait till I update this and catch it tomorrow.
And that Archie comic is not some thin little comic book. There's like 40-something pages in there.
Really? Okay, so it's a good one. Nice.
There's like multiple storylines in there. All ham radio related.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was never a huge fan of Archie, but I'll
Me neither, but when I saw that cover,
Now the other one you got here, this is really cool. This all the rest of these books are just awesome. So yeah, tell us a little bit about this.
This one you can find on eBay for sometimes dirt cheap. They were in a lot of school libraries. The one I bought has, the school stamp on the inside. It's about a ham radio operator in the 20s as a 10-year-old who gets his license, builds his own equipment, as you had to do back then. And then a hurricane, this is a true story, by the way. a hurricane hits Florida, and he helps do some emergency communication coordination.
That's so cool.
And helps rescue some people, relaying information to the Coast Guard. Yeah, and in the back of the book, there is a photo. In fact, here, I have it here. Let me show you real quick. There's a photo of the kid in front of his station. He made the newspaper way back when. And he was insulted because they called him an infant radio operator.
I'll get out of the way. There you go. Oh, slide it over a little bit. There you go. Cool.
So yeah, he made the news. And then they didn't even mention the fact that he like saved people's lives. They were more interested that he was an infant operator as a 10-year-old.
It's a baby. He's a baby with a radio.
So that's a great book for kids,
Uh-huh.
for younger kids. And yeah, so the next book.
Well, the next one, hold on one second. We did get another winner for the Ziptenas.
Oh, cool. Shout
out to Kurt, KN6OBS. Hey, that's a good suffix there. I'm running OBS right now. RL Fergus 63, which is KZ9C, and Bit. Who's Bit? Well, Bit, you won. He's a Fang enthusiast, of course.
Congratulations,
of course he
guys.
is. And a Baofeng is the perfect radio to throw one of these on. So I will message you, and then I'll get your addresses. By the way, that's why I use the Discord. I can contact the winner directly and get their address, and I'll forward them off to James here, and he'll send it off to you. So
I
thanks,
hope they're
James.
not all in Europe.
Me too. I'll split the shipping.
No,
if they
no,
are.
no, 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 no. Don't worry about it.
All right. So next one. Let's see what the next one is.
Mouse
Mouse code.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So, Mouse Code is a fiction, and it's about this like curmudgeon ham radio operator.
No.
And the mice
Saying it
that
so,
steal
James.
his components and build themselves radios.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
a
the
fun
mice are building radios.
The mice are like stealing his stuff and learning Morse code and building radios.
That's hilarious. Okay.
So that's another good one for young kids. Okay, these are cool.
Okay.
These are kind of like almost Hardy Boy-esque.
Mhm.
Cynthia Wall. So Night Signals is the one I had. I haven't read the other ones, but man, Night Signals was an inspiration to me. It is such a cool book. The kid, I don't want to give away everything, but I'll just kind of paraphrase the back of the book. The kid gets lost, and his friend is coordinating, trying to find him, the rescue. And he's like broken his leg, and he's kind of tripping out from the pain. And he's got his VHF, so he's got his VHF radio,
Okay.
and he has his little QRP rig. But the VHF radio isn't helping him at all. This is kind of like promoting HF, really, this book,
Right.
because he's too far out of range to use his VHF radio. So but his HF radio is also like busted because he fell down like an embankment or something.
Really
And so
quick.
he's like doing Morse code with wires touching or something.
Nice. Really quick, Aaron Radford wants to try and get into the last couple of minutes here for the giveaway. There's party horns. They're like reaction party horns. That's how you get in. You join the giveaway chat, and the first one was like 626 and then 630. We're now at 700 party horn clicks for those of you that are on the Discord. You just click that party horn, and that's how you get in. It's simple. You don't actually type a message. There's no typing of messages. Click the party horn. That's it. It's like giving a thumbs up, but it's entering the contest. All right. So yeah, keep going. So obviously I saw Firewatch. I think I might have read part of that, but that's like
Really?
literally a Firewatch tower, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the two main characters, and she's I haven't read that one, but she's in a Firewatch tower, and I don't know what happens.
By the
honestly.
way, have you played the game Firewatch?
No, I haven't.
It's a Steam game, and you play a Firewatch person in a Firewatch tower, and
Really?
you are pretty much all alone, and your communication is over VHF radio to the base
Interesting.
station. It's a fun game. So Firewatch the book, I don't know if it has any background at all related with the video game, but the video game is actually quite fun. It is more of an emotional video game. It's not like heavy action. It's just a fun kind of character development thing. But yeah, it's mostly all VHF, UHF radio.
I doubt that it's any relation to the game, because this book is like written in the mid 90s
Probably
or
I
early
don't know.
90s.
Yeah. No, the book and the game are unrelated. So thank you, Brendan. I don't remember. I know that the game's main character is a man. So anyway, okay.
I was really hoping that because so ARRL actually published these books.
Oh, these books are all published by the ARRL?
Yeah. The author actually self-published locally at least once, because I have one of her books and it doesn't say ARRL on it. But a lot of the books have the ARRL logo on the back.
Uh-huh.
And published by the American Radio Relay League. So I'm really thinking about contacting the ARRL and being like, dude, you guys should put these books out again, even if it's in digital, because they're great books, and there aren't that many. In fact, I can't find any, honestly. There are no new books that are ham radio related that are fun and fictional. They're just all technical,
right?
How to do stuff. Books.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, I know the last one. There it is, the shortwave mystery from the Hardy Boys.
That's a fun one. It's not like really ham radio related, but they use radios, and it's a great mystery. So it's a good way to get kids interested in ham radio without necessarily force feeding them the ideas, just kind of like, because it's kind of embedded into the storyline.
All right, so we got our last winners for the Discord, and then we'll ask a couple questions to James, because we've got a couple of questions that I know people want to know. VA3JKW, Jerome, CJ555, and Absalem KC1QYP. You guys are all getting Ziptenas. All right. James, was that the last slide? I think that was the last slide.
I think there was one more book.
Oh, there it is. The Fox Hunt by Dave Kassler.
Yeah, this one is super obscure. Okay. This is actually published by MFJ.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I have a copy here.
No way. All right.
I got
hold on.
It was for sale on HRO. They must have found it like under something, and we're like, hey, let's throw this on the internet. So it's pretty MFJ. This is printed back when MFJ maybe didn't really know how to print stuff very well.
No.
It's rough. But the book is really cool.
How big is the book? How big is the book?
Oh, it's got to be it's like 130 something pages.
Really?
133 pages, yeah.
And Dave Kassler
it's a full-on novel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a full-on novel, an adventure novel. He wrote this back in like the early 90s, I think. 1990. Oh, here we go. MFJ, first printing, 1992.
Wow.
Yeah.
So somebody go to Dave's channel when he's live and ask him about the Fox Hunt adventure and where they can
tell
get it.
Dave. No, there's nowhere to get it. Like, it's super rare.
Well, I mean, he's got to have the file somewhere.
He needs to put this thing back out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
That would be the way to do it.
I haven't read that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
And there you go. So that was the last slide. Del Fargus, be nice. Okay. So James, getting questions in the chat. I'm going to show some of the stuff here on the overhead,
sure.
But getting questions like, hey, James, are you going to start making those keychain transmitters again?
Oh man, everyone's bugging me about those. No one wants me to have any time to create anything new. I just have to keep building the old stuff.
That's right. Why you?
I am going to build more.
You got the winning equation, right?
I am going to build more. Yeah, people like them. I never thought. I mean, I built it as kind of a fun thing. And this is something I didn't mention before. You were asking about, like what's Quirky QRP about, why, and everything.
Yeah.
Quirky QRP is really just me building stuff that I wanted for myself. Like just about everything I've made for Quirky QRP is because I wanted something that did something that didn't exist in the way I wanted it to exist.
Right. And
then I just thought, hey, I wonder if other people might like this. And that's it. That's the whole thing about Quirky QRP. I'm just building fun stuff for myself. And if I can get enough parts to make sense, then I put them up for sale. Why not?
Well, I mean, I like the business model. So here you go.
The business model is fun. That's the business model.
Right.
Trying to have fun.
So let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. All right, here's your Quirky QRP keychain.
You like how I put the Morse code cheat sheet on there too, on that tiny little thing?
Right. Yeah.
1 inch square.
All right, so we're plugged in. We've got antenna, and you're seeing. There it is. That's transmitting on my radio.
Does your model have the LED in it, or is yours before I did that?
I am pre-LED, man.
Are you?
Yeah. So you can see that on my 7610.
No, there it is. There it is. It's
Is
under
it?
your finger.
Oh yeah, I got the LED. Pretty cool. So there you go, into a dummy load.
Very simple. It's just tiny
a,
little.
yeah.
It is difficult to build. I will say that. But I will make more available. Absolutely. I've got plenty of parts to keep making them available. As long as people keep bugging me about it, I will keep making them.
And then another question in the chat there. What's the power rating for the Ziptena?
The power ratings. Yes. Put me on the spot again. Okay, so single sideband, you can do 100 watts.
Single sideband.
Single sideband, 100 watts. CW, I recommend roughly like 50.
Okay.
And digital, about 25.
Okay.
I've pushed those numbers. I've pushed those boundaries. That's just kind of like the safe limits I've kind of put out there.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, I know with the giveaways, we didn't talk too much about the Ziptena, but these are available now. These are tethers basically that you connect to your radios, kind of on the lanyard side. You use a little lanyard that comes with, and
it doubles as a passive counterpoise.
It's a passive counterpoise. So there's little black markings. If you watched my video on HTs, you saw me using this. Now, I was instructed that I didn't do it completely right. I'm supposed to wrap my hand over the wire. I was pretty close. And we did see some improvements, particularly with the quarter wave and the 5/8 wave antennas.
Yeah, you will see the most improvements on just like your stock ducky.
Well, so the half wave didn't really get much out of it. The half wave antenna. It kind of just went, oh, yep, thank you for that. I'll continue to
because
function.
those loaded duckies they're performing so poorly that that a counterpoise really helps it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's struggling. Those duckies are just struggling to put that RF out.
Mm-hmm.
And your arm is such a poor counterpoise. So you'll really see better performance on a ducky, and you'll see better performance on so when you fully extend it, it's actually the aviation band fully extended. Then the first mark after that is 2 meters, and then MERS, maritime weather, and then 1.25 meter band, 222 megahertz.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shortest is 70 centimeters or GMRS FRS. And down at the 400 megahertz level, you'll see less gains. The best performance is up at the 2 meters. You will see performance boosts on the 70 centimeter level,
mm-hmm.
but mostly if you're using a ducky, and especially if you're really on the fringe of communications. If you're really going strong into a repeater, you're not going to see any benefits. And the way I suggest operating with the Ziptena is use it when you need it. Like, don't worry. Just think of it like it's not there. It's your tether. And then if you're having trouble, right? You're having trouble hitting that repeater. You're having trouble making that contact. Mm-hmm. Then get specific with the Ziptena and dial it in.
Yeah.
That's how I recommend. Oh, and speaking of the Ziptena.
And it's still a tether that's supposed to, it keeps your radio from falling in the dirt. That's the idea, right? I mean,
exactly.
That's kind of how
and that is the big thing I did for the Ziptena. The reason I invented the Ziptena created the Ziptena was I like to have a lanyard on my radio
mm-hmm.
all the time, but I also like to have a counterpoise. And
mm-hmm.
it's just a pain having both.
Right.
You got this 19 inches dangling down,
twisted together
it's twisting and tangling. And people think you have a bomb under your shirt because there's wires hanging out. You got a bulge under your t-shirt and wires hanging out. Okay. Yeah. Go walk around in a public place with that. So this was kind of like giving me the whole low profile counterpoise and tether at the same time and eliminate the bomb threat issue.
I like the idea behind it. I definitely do. So it sounds like you potentially could be making some fox hunting beacons, potentially bringing back those keychains that people love. But the Ziptenas and the Tena trolley, right? The Tena trolley, that's something that's that's new, right? That you
Tena trolley's new. Oh, actually, I got one sitting right here. And again, I just got tired of all my antennas.
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Just scattered.
Yeah.
All over. And I'm digging through backpacks, digging through drawers. And this just simplifies life for me. And if other people like it, cool. But
I love your it's the best it's kind of like the best kind of company you have, because if people don't like it, oh well. You're doing it for fun.
I mean, actually, so when I I bought the parts to make one for myself, and I realized I was going to have to buy. I bought it in a batch to save a little money.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these other ones? Oh, well, I'll just put it on Quirky QRP and see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing about the Ziptena.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm popping into my
Oh,
second.
right. Yeah. It's
the
Modelo
only
time,
ham radio.
fools.
It's the only ham radio antenna that can open your beer.
There you go. I like it. As we say down in Southern California, it's Modelo time, fool.
And I am making more slink tennas. There's a batch behind the green screen right now.
So I do
progress.
like this comment. I hope AJK doesn't offend you with this comment. This guy is the Willy Wonka of ham radio. I
That's
love
a compliment.
that. I love that. I think that's great.
A compliment. I'll take it.
I love it. That's I would agree. That's awesome. That's great.
Thank you. No, that's a big compliment, really.
I love it. One thing I didn't. You've got the touch key too, and I don't have it out.
Oh, the link. Oh, what's touch key?
I'm saying you're on the website. You still are running the touch keyer, right?
The
finger Morse key.
The finger Morse, yes. Yep, still making the finger Morse.
Okay.
And a lot of people are actually buying them and using them as just a remote PTT switch for like when they're mobile, when they're driving.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
I never thought of that, and then people started writing reviews and telling me, "Hey, it works great for this too."
Yeah. So, guys, check out the link in the description to James's site. He's going to join us for a little bit on the after chat if you're interested. Hop on over. The Discord link is in the description. Want to remind everybody, our Discord is like one of the largest Discords, I think the largest Discord in ham radio, because we have so many people. There are rules in place so that we don't get flooded and bot stormed. We're basically like gamer level status Discord almost with ham radio now, which is crazy for me.
That's awesome.
But because of that, when you join, if you're a first timer, hang out for a little while, 5 minutes or so, and it'll unlock all the capabilities. But you want to go to the live stream chat, hashtag live stream down at the bottom. That's where we meet. There's a voice and text chat, and it's literally just two-way conversations about ham radio. We take your questions and we try and answer you the best of our ability, and we're going to have people like James and all the other smart people that are normally there to help solve some people's problems for ham radio. James, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. The link's in the description for Etsy, but is there any other links or anything else you want to mention before we go?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Sure.
It's not about my products. We were talking about Quirky radios, and there were a couple I didn't get to show.
Oh, okay.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, I can pull up the website. So if you give me what am I looking for?
Okay, so shoot. Can I send you the link on
Zoom? Yeah, you can text me the link.
Okay, so I meant to show you this when we were doing a FM radio modification.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might want a better aviation receiver.
Okay.
Okay. And this is a passive airband monitor. Not made by me. It listens to the entire airband at once, simultaneously, the entire airband.
Okay.
Wrap your head around that for a second. Yeah, take a moment.
So, because the traffic is so slow that...
What it allows you to do is like at an air show or hanging out at a airfield, also because it's a passive airband monitor, you can actually legally use this on a plane while it's flying.
Okay.
So the reason you can't use most radios on a plane while it's flying is that they have an active oscillator inside. They're actually generating RF. Almost any radio. Yeah. This does not have that. And the side effect of that, of not having
no selectivity.
Exactly. So
just
it's
all the things.
But it's also kind of cool at the same time because there's never a ton of air traffic.
Right.
If you ever listen to the airband,
yes,
it's pretty boring, right? Unless you're at a fly-in or right next to an airport. So this lets you listen to all of it at once. So whatever happens to be going on, you hear it. Sometimes there's some overlap, right? You might hear two guys talking over each other because it's all at once.
Sure.
But this, and it's a 9-volt. Okay, look how much bigger it is than a 9-volt. Hardly at all.
James, you're also so James is a very dangerous guy to be friends with. I'll just say, I love this. You got a second one? I'll pull that up if you're ready. You said you might have another link. So James is a dangerous guy. He has sent me multiple things that I have gone out and bought and made videos on. So the last one was that
you're dangerous too, man.
That APRS handy talkie, that was like one of the first ones you got me in on. Then you sent me the link to this tiny HF radio, which we
didn't talk about that.
How much time do you have, dude? you
I'm
want to
fine.
dive into that? Okay.
Sure.
So James is the reason I bought that little radio. And I'm going to slide over here so I can show you.
Middle name's Trouble, so.
Seriously, man. So let's put this into perspective. This is the True SDX, which is already a really tiny radio, and I've got pictures of it against a 3-band mountain topper. But then James sent me the link to this guy, this little. It just says ham radio, and they actually have the audacity to put the soda logo on the freaking radio. But it's actually pretty good.
Well, yours is.
Yeah. So that caveat, big time caveats. I was lucky and got a good one.
Okay, so mine.
Go ahead, yeah.
The jog dial is toast. It does not go up. It doesn't go down. It goes up a kilohertz and then it comes back.
Oh no.
So I sent them an email. We'll see what happens.
They'll probably just send you we'll just send you 5 until you get a good one.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay, so let me switch the antenna so you can hear it. Well, hold on. Let me see if there's actually a frequency. I am going to use my radio to cheat a little bit to find someone talking. Now, it does have some quirky USDX things. All right, so this is 258. All right, so hold on here. That's actually WWV.
At least it comes with a firmware on it.
Yeah, let me zoom in here so you guys can see it. Okay. That's WWV, so we're in the wrong band here. So let's go up to... Come on. Okay. And
So
we need to go to 258. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
I hear it. I guess you get what you pay for.
Well, yeah, let's put this into perspective, guys. It's a $100 radio. It is literally the Baofeng of HF, like, literally.
Where did you order yours? eBay or
I
what?
ordered it from the link you sent me.
Okay.
Didn't you send me a link?
Yeah.
Did we have the same length? I thought you... So this is my whole, you're a dangerous man. You ordered before me from the same link, right?
And you got yours first. I got mine today.
Well, yeah, because they apparently, for these type of radios, they ship them directly to Compton, California. That's where you got to send radios like this through.
All radios go through Compton.
All radios go through Compton. It's more likely San Jose. It probably came in through San Jose, which is, HRO, major hubs all get stuff through San Jose, particularly from China and Japan. I got a good one. Now, you are the second person that told me they bought one of these and theirs is bad. Adam, K6ARK. He also got one that's, I think he said that the dial's screwed up and something else. But I'll tell you what, that XMIT button is both for single sideband transmit, it has a microphone, and it's also the straight key.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to get one that works because this is going to be fun. I mean, it can go in any shirt pocket. It's so tiny.
Oh, it's like spy radio. Like any antenna you put this on is too big for it.
I tried, like before I found out the jog wheel was dead. I tried putting like a single band MFJ whip on it, and I'm like, whoa, like trying to.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
it's too big. I might have to invent an antenna for this radio.
Well, no, I'm thinking like Adam's antenna, right? The K6ARK BNC. Even that BNC with the toroid on it is kind of big for this, which is just wild. I don't know what to say, but it does have a similar operating system as the True SDX, or I should say the USDX, which is what a lot of these radios are clones of. By the way, everybody that's watching this, I'm not necessarily saying you should go buy this, because this is a clone of DL2MAN's design, which is the USDX. So I don't necessarily want to tell you to go and buy this kind of stuff when you could be buying, the DL2MAN designed radio.
It also may not work.
It also completely may not work. But at the same time, my True SDX is not working very well either after building it and going through the issues with row waves. There's a question, how many bands does it cover? It's HF. It covers all the HF bands.
The little one transmits on 3 bands.
It does?
The little black one. Yeah, it only
Okay, hold
transmits on well, that's what they say. Maybe it can transmit on the other ones. But I opened it up. It only has windings.
Look, it goes, it's
3
6
bands.
6 meters, 10 meters, 12 meters.
I saw that too, but the circuit board inside it only marks 40, 20, and 15.
Really?
So it might only transmit effectively on those 3 bands.
But what's hilarious about this thing is it does come with a USB cable, and it defaults to FT8 on every band. So whenever you change bands, it always goes to FT8, 14.074 on 20 meters. It's so ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous radio. So that is the pinnacle of Quirky QRP radios in my life right now. The quirkiest of weird radios that you pointed me towards, and I ended up going to buy it. So
Sorry about that.
no, I got lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones here. So yeah. All right, James, I'll let you hop on out. You can go to the Discord. I'll be there in a little bit. I'm gonna wrap up. Gotta shut this thing off.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, Josh.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Again, we got all
was
the
fun.
links. Was it everything you wanted to share at the end there? We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. James, thanks again. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
And I'll see you here in a little bit on the Discord. See ya. All right. So big thank you again to the patrons and all that, because obviously with things like these, this Quirky Ham Radio, funded by the support from the patrons. So look forward to a review of that eventually. It's actually lining up to be 1 or 2 more videos in addition to one that I already have that's releasing here in a day or two, talking about this whole True SDX, USDX, USDR clone. There's this kind of really interesting backstory of how people have taken DL2MAN's design and started making radios based off of it. But a lot of them are showing up in not good working order. At the same time, the kit manufacturers that are trying to adhere to DL2MAN's design, they're also having some issues, particularly row waves. So video should come up soon, the first part of the video where we talk about that. And definitely there will be more future discussions on that because, man, it's quite interesting. The promise of a $100 all-band HF radio, internal speaker, internal microphone, PTT, single sideband, AM, FM, CW, the whole 9 yards, for $100 is pretty amazing. Don't expect the best quality at all, but still pretty amazing that we could have access to that. So yeah, a big thank you again to James for coming out. Thank you, the Brew Crew, as well as all the patrons. I will play you out with some memes, but hey guys, if you got the time, you want to hang out, maybe ask some questions to James or just any amateur radio questions, join us on the Discord, and I'll be back again next week with some video updates this week as well. So thanks for watching. Let's hit those memes. See ya. Let's see if the Kyle one shows up. I'm looking for that AA0Z memes. That's one of my favorites, the icon display. All right. I don't think it's going to make it. We're on random for memes. So if you want to see the new hot memes, go join us over on the Discord. I will talk to you guys again. See ya. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yes, Kyle, we know you have a flex. There's one of them. All right, 73.